Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. How are we all? Morning, Jamie. Morning, Faisal. Morning, Haley. How are you? How are ye all? I am good. To a daydream believer and I'm going to get a bit more of this donkey's face done today. Hopefully, I want to get this dark patch done just here at least. Right, okay, so I think I'll put a little bit of brown underneath it first of all. Oh, let me show you my, while I think about it, the bit of art that I did yesterday that some of you may have seen. So, hang on. There he is, my little doggy. So it's a black lab drawn on black paper. This took me about an hour and a half to do. And I'm quite pleased with it for a first go. For like a proper animal drawn on black paper. I did a couple of those sketches in London where I was just messing about. But yeah, it was mainly just done with white pencil. Apart from, I did the eye in just white, but it didn't look quite right. So I put colour in, and I really think that it helped sort of make the rest of the piece pop. But because I was putting colour on black paper, it dulled some of the colour, so I don't get the vibrancy in the eye that I'm used to. So I think next time I do anything where I add colour onto black paper, I'm going to go a couple of shades lighter than what the source picture would show, just to try and get the vibrancy in the eye. But yeah, that's not bad. It is so hard to not be drawing in my shadows because the shadows are already there, then I'm just drawing in the light bits. It was so hard to sort of make my brain think in reverse. Because normally when I do like a picture on here, like say if I start with an eye, I put in the darks first. I get the dark outline in, and I couldn't do that with that dog. And I almost gave up, sort of like 5 minutes into it. I almost gave up, and I was like, no, this is rubbish. This isn't. I don't like this at all. And I nearly gave up. So I'm glad I pushed through that awkward stage where, because I wasn't very good, or I didn't feel like I was very good, I was just going to quit. And I was like, no, keep going. At least finish a piece and see what you get. Because that's like my starting piece. So when I do more pieces on black, I'll be able to go back to that dog and see, hopefully, improvement. Oh, cute. Thank you, Haley. What do I want? Do I want the dark sepia or do I want the blue? I'm going to add the blue. But I was surprised at how quick that picture came together, because normally, like this or my other portraits tend to take about 14-20 hours to complete. and I did that just doing the lights, the highlights and the eye. It only took me an hour and a half. That was crazy quick. I don't think all of them will be crazy quick though. You received James's hoodie on Friday. It's so soft. You love it. Oh, cool. Yeah, they are really, really nice hoodies. I need to order one myself. Do you think he'll give me a discount? Do you think there's like a friends and family rate? Which one did you go? Did you go for the did you go for a black one or the like that dusky rose pink colour? Right, I need a little bit of the light blue. Yeah, I think this should be a family discount, Hayley. Totally and utterly agree. Yeah. Oh, you went with the black one. Well, black goes with everything, didn't it? When I took Rosie out on her walk this morning, we met, well, a shed load of kids going into school. I keep forgetting that they've all gone back. But there was a family walking their 14-week-old black Cocker Spaniel. Oh, and it was the cutest. It was called Daisy, which almost gave me a lump in my throat because my last dog was called Daisy. And it was the cutest thing. It was just sort of jumping all over Rosie, and Rosie was sort of like trying to lift her head above it, sort of like, what's going on? What does this young thing want with me? And this puppy was just, you know what puppies are like, they're just so enthusiastic and they just want to greet anyone and everyone because they think everyone wants to love them and be sweet to them. And it was just gorgeous. So gorgeous. You get yours soon. Oh, you went with the pinkish one. Oh, cool. In the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and I watch them roll away again, sitting on the dock of a bay, watching the tide roll away, sitting in the dock of a bay, wasting time. Heading for San Francisco Bay. puppies love so much attention. Oh, they do. They do. I remember both mine being like it. Yeah, I mean, there's a lady that I meet when I go on my normal route, and she's got a golden retriever called Flora, and she told me she was getting a new puppy, and I ran into her yesterday, and she's got the new puppy, but it's not allowed out yet. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. She says, I forget how much work puppies are. They're so exhausting. And she won't go outside and pee. And she keeps peeing in the house all over the carpet. And I'm just like, yeah, I remember puppy days. Puppies are great, but oh my God, they're so much hard work. Your shirt is still on the way. It hasn't arrived yet. Hopefully soon it will. Yeah, hopefully. Time roll away. I think I'm gonna order the hoodie, and I think I'm probably gonna order one of the baseball caps as well. I've got a black baseball cap that I wear all the time, especially when I'm out on the dog walk, but I'm gonna go for the other colour. Lightning, the way you love me is frightening. You better knock, baby. Mine and James' DMs look very dodgy. It's just him gifting me things. Last two was a hoodie and a tenner. Is he keeping you, Jamie? Just what exactly are you doing for these gifts? I need this blue. Oh, you feel like a sugar baby. Well, you know, as long as he's keeping you in accustomed, oh, what's the word? As long as he's keeping you in the manner to which you have become accustomed. There we go. I know how to speak. Honestly, I do. English is hard. So, the amount of times I can't speak my own language is My excuse is it's first thing in the morning. The brain hasn't switched on yet. Asking. Exactly, Hayley. Yeah, we all struggle. Over 2 years of religiously watching, I deserve something for your troubles. Absolutely. Absolutely. What sort of merch should I put out after 2 years so you get something? Purple pencil sets? Boxes of Crayola? I don't know. Do people do merch for art sites? Probably not. Baby, begging you. And this is on a postcard, please. What should I send? A purple pencil. What, like just a small one, or like one of those comedically large ones? Like an inflatable purple pencil or something like that. Picture of Jamie in a dress is a great idea. Well, yes, in his grandma's dress. Yeah, absolutely. Moving right close to me. That's when I get the shakes all over me. Down the backbone, I get the shakes in the knee bone. Tremors in my bone, shaking all over. Actually, I mean, now I've posed that question, I'm thinking, what could I do? I'm actually thinking I could actually do like put together like these little sets of professional sort of like these Faber-Castell pencils. They come in smaller sets. I could do a little set with a professional art pad. I just have little things that I could send out with like a little personal note or something. That'd be cute. Or maybe just a hat, like a baseball cap or something. Or a plushie. One day. Down the backbone. That needs to be sharper. It's not giving me the marks that I need. Oh, I did connections today. You'll be very pleased to know. that I did connections very easily this morning. Didn't waste a life. Got each one, bang, 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 no problem. A purple pencil plushie. Say that 10 times when you're drunk. Drink responsibly. Come in. Hold on. It must be easy. I've got to go and get a blood test tomorrow. Once I've done my stream, got to whiz off and get a blood test done. I always slightly freak them out by staring at everything that they do. Watch them so intently. Oh, hello, got a visitor. Oh, it's Nick.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Oh, right, okay, yeah, I will do that. Yeah. All right, bye. Bye. Nick just came in and handed me a note. I had to read notes. He's gone again. So he's put, did I tell Stream how helpful our Valorant team were yesterday? So it was, we were playing, Nick and I were playing Valorant together, some Spike Rushes and a few of the Swift Play games. And we were on a sunset map again. I don't know why this always happens, but we're on the sunset map. And Nick was like the last player standing on this particular round, but only, as in his words, because he was nowhere near any of the fighting. It's the only reason he survived. And he was on the opposite side of the map to where the fighting was, because he doesn't know how to look at the mini map, so he didn't know where he was or how to get to where all the action was. So he was the last person standing, and he was like, where do I go? It was telling me, where do I go? Where do I go? And he sort of, chat started saying, Sova, you need to go and do this, you need to go and do that. And he sort of popped into the chat himself and said, look guys, I'm sorry, I'm brand new, I don't know what I'm doing. And instantly, the second he said it, everyone suddenly became so helpful and so kind. And they were like, yeah, don't worry, okay, you need to reload your gun, right? Okay, you need to go left, now you need to go right, now you need to do this, now you need to do that. Right, Spike's over there, go and pick it up. And it was just like, I said to him, I said, if that had been me, If I'd have said, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing, and they heard a girl's voice, and I only say this because this has happened to me. Not once did Nick get back in the kitchen, or what are you doing here? Girls shouldn't be playing, or no, because he's a guy and he's got this really, really deep voice. And obviously they could see his name, Papa J Form, so they must have known he was like a dad. They were incredibly and suddenly really respectful. All the chat that had been in the game that was sort of, that hadn't been helpful before, suddenly changed to this really helpful, kind, we're gonna coach Papa J Forms. And it was just crazy. It was crazy. I literally played that game gobsmacked, listening to the amount of coaching and help that he got, and everyone saying, hey, it's okay, man, it's okay. I was like, right, okay, that's how it is it? Because I remember when I was first learning, and because Nick's about level 15, I think he's on level 15, and I can remember being in those early teen levels and playing games with Jack, and I would get ripped to shreds for not being any good and being a girl, being a female. Nick got none of that. And it happened in a couple of games with different people. And I was just like, envy. I said to him after, I said, you got such a nice introduction there, Nick. You got such a nice experience. You should treasure that experience because it doesn't happen very often if you're female and you're in a first-person shooter. That wasn't my experience, anyway. It happened to you as well, Hayley. Yeah, it's just... It's like, when do these idiots decide that playing on a computer is not a girl's thing? So you think that we don't want to have fun and shoot things as well? It's like anything they say to me I've not heard before, because I was playing video games back in the 80s. I've always been a gamer. Always. I was always into computers. I used to buy the gaming magazines when I was a kid. I always wanted to keep up on the latest, new computers that were coming out. Because back when I was a kid, there wasn't anything like, you had PCs, but PC gaming wasn't great. The quality of PC gaming back then wasn't great. So lots of people had things like Spectrums or Commodores, which is what we had. And then I had the Amiga computer because that came out, and then we got the Sega because the Sega was the big gaming thing that came out, and then PlayStation, and but I was saying to Nick yesterday, the good thing about today's gaming is that you can actually play together as a family on the same team, because back then you either played against the computer or you played on your own. And it was just, there wasn't that interactive experience. You could sometimes play against each other where the top of the screen, so like, so above the pencil would be one person playing and below the pencil would be the other person playing. And you could, you know, if your computer was clever enough to do that, you could have that. But now you actually get to play with each other, so that's quite nice. Let me just bring this down a little bit. This whole world starts getting me down. Much for me to take. Up to the top of it. Kiss just drift right to space. Full as can be. Place I know. Do 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 do. Guess what we're having for tea tonight, Jamie? Let's see if you can guess. It goes against your rules. Feeling fine, so special on my mind. A girl in the neighborhood, oh yeah. tells me I'm into something good. We are having a roast dinner tonight. And I'm really looking forward to it because it means I don't have to cook, because Nick does the roast dinners. He likes doing them. Last night we had, I did a homemade chicken biryani. And in this biryani, you have to put a bay leaf and a cinnamon stick and 3 cardamom pods. Now, they had a lot of flavour, these cardamom pods, but if you ever get one accidentally in your mouth, they are really potent and horrible and stuff. And so everyone keeps saying to me, could I put these cardamom pods in like a little muslin square or something, so that all I've got to do is just, you know, it's the food still gets the flavour, but then I can just pluck out this muslin square with the 3 cardamom pods in, almost like a little bit of a bouquet garni sort of thing. But can I find little muslin squares anywhere that are small enough? I mean, you can buy like muslin squares for babies and you get this massive sheet, but I don't want to have to keep cutting it up into little squares and tying it with little bits of string or whatever. So does anyone know where I could get something that would allow me to cook with these cardamom pods, but be able to find them really simply to fish them out afterwards before I serve up? Because James found 2. I only put 3 in, and James got 2 of them last night, and you know, halfway through the meal he has to sort of get up and go to the bin and sort of spit them out. And it's like, no, it's not the thing that coriander tastes like soap. Cardamom pods look like little pistachios that you sort of squash them slightly just before you cook, just to sort of help get the flavour out. I have that thing where coriander tastes like soap. I can't bear coriander. So there's meant to be a gene, isn't there? That if you have this gene, coriander tastes like soap. And there's also another gene that makes Brussels taste really bitter. But to me, Brussels are lovely. I love Brussels sprouts. So I don't have the Brussels sprout gene, but I have the coriander gene. Yes. Oh, you see, mine of useless trivia here. Cross the Mersey, place I love. Same, love Brussels, hate coriander. There you go, you've probably got the same genes as me then, Jamie. You could be like my long lost something or other. It's a really weird change of fur direction here, which is why I'm taking it so slow, because it just goes in lots of different directions. It's so short, but you can just see it flowing in all these different directions on its face. It's just like, ah. My name starts with JA, so I would fit in with the Yes, you would. Yes, you would. What about Becca then? Mind you, when I was deciding on names for the twins, I very nearly called Becca Jennifer, because my best friend at school had been a Jennifer, and she was such a lovely person, and I was like, my daughter could be Jennifer. Jabecca. That sounds like something out of Star Wars. Like Jabba. I should have just called it Jabba. Or Jar Jar. No. That wouldn't go down very well. Yeah, the choices of name for Becca before I settled on Becca was Jennifer or Rachel, or I really liked Chrissy. And when I tell Becca this, she's always like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you didn't name me any of those names." Jared was always going to be Jared. James was always James. And Jack was a choice between Jack or Joshua. Is it too late to change her name? Well, you know, probably. But Becca likes her name, so we wouldn't go changing it. No. Though it's always up to her. Morning, Artsman. How are you? What about you guys? Did your parents have a choice of names for you, and what did you think to the other names? You used to hate the name James, always thought I was a rip-off of my name. That's a good start. Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. How about you? You were always going to be Jamie. Okay. I don't think I've ever called James Jamie. He always says to me that if I want something, I'll call him Jamesy. I go, Jamesy? I'm going to ask him to do something for me. I go, Jamesy? I've never done that middle name thing. You know, when you're telling your kids off and you call them by their full name or you put in the middle name. I don't think I've ever done that. doing well just playing some classic while I listen. Oh, classic World of Warcraft while I listen. Right, okay. So I had to think of the acronym then. I think it was Rosie if you were a girl. Oh, that's sweet. I do like the name Rosie, but obviously. My parents always said I would be Hayley because of the Comet and the actress Hayley Mills. Isn't the comet Halley? It's Halley's comet, not Hayley's comet. You need to have a word with your parents, Hayley. My mum wanted to call me Yvette. And my dad was like, no, you're not giving any child of mine a French name. And I ended up with Nicolette. And Nicolette is a French name, so I don't know what my dad thought Nicolette came from. She also went through a phase where she wanted to call me Pippa. Well, Philippa, so then she could shorten it to Pippa and Pip. She really liked that. I'm so glad I didn't get that name. No, it's not Halley's Comet. It's Halley's Comet. Morning, Natalie. I feel like this whole naming people thing, because I write books as well, I have to keep coming up with like good heroine names or good hero names. And it's just so difficult because there are like so many people whose names don't really equate to like, I don't know, they just don't seem to suit the characters that I pick because the name has got to suit the character, right? Oh, actually, now I think about that, Jamie, one of my best-selling books, the hero's name is Jamie. Written years and years ago, so obviously before I knew you. But there you go, look at that. You're welcome. Well, yours was supposed to be Natalia. Oh, I love Natalia. That sounds really quite exotic. It sounds like you're some sort of actual like spy or something. Natalia. Wait, really important question. Have you seen or heard of Poirot? Because Becca seems to think I'm the only one that's heard of it. Yes. Of course I've heard of Poirot. Monsieur Hercule, the Belgian detective. You're telling me my daughter doesn't know about Hercule Poirot? Oh my God. I've clearly missed a vital part of her education. Love Hercule. You are welcome. You are welcome. Who's your favourite actor who portrayed Hercule Poirot? Just asked my dad. He said it is spelt Halley, but most people call it Halley's Comet. Yeah, most people do call it Halley's Comet because they're wrong. Sorry. So I'm just checking the name of somebody. Hang on Google because I want to get this fact right. Yes, right, okay. So David Suchet, yeah, David Suchet is a good Hercule, but the very first Hercule Poirot actor I ever saw was Peter Ustinov. And he did it very well, I thought. But then David Suchet, I think, became more well known for doing it. But Peter Ustinov, I think, originally played Hercule Poirot. Made for me. Because in The Big Bang Theory, Howard and Bernadette named their daughter Halley after Halley's Comet. And I think I named one of my heroines Halley once. Halley after the comet. Right, so here's a controversial question then. Who's everybody's favourite Batman? Who do you think played Batman the best? Because I'm kind of like, I grew up watching Adam West do it. But then out of the movies, I think my favourite Batman is Michael Keaton. I just think he did it the best. We're on the topic of right name, wrong spelling on a reel. Why are we dropping the N from Hannah? I'm convinced they just spelt her name wrong. Adam West. Yeah, there we go. I mean, it was so corny, the Adam West Batman's, but it was just brilliant. If you catch any of those old episodes now, I watch it and I think, what? I really enjoyed this. I mean, that was the era when all the superheroes did wear pants over their tights, right? Because we had Christopher Reeve was my Superman and Adam West was my Batman. You think the latest Batman, the emo guy, did a good job? The emo guy. Well, Robert Pattinson was Batman, wasn't he? And there was Ben Affleck. Oh, Robert Pattinson. Yeah, okay. I've not actually seen his Batman, so I don't know. I can't comment on that one yet. I've not seen that one. Movies George Clooney. Really? Are you trying to be controversial on purpose, Jamie? You're more of a Joker person than Batman. Well, obviously Jack Nicholson was the best Joker. Heath Ledger did a very good job, I must admit. But to me, Jack Nicholson stuck with the Batman that we got from the Adam West era, kind of, I feel like, and from the comics. No superhero film will come close to beating Superman 3, Christopher Reeve and Richard Pryor. Oh, yeah, that was so good. There are some, I think you can see some of the outtakes and bloopers from that movie on YouTube. If you search for them, I think I saw them once. Might be YouTube or was it on TikTok? I don't know. But it was just really funny. Richard Pryor is awesome. It's on Amazon Prime. Oh, right, okay. I loved Heath Ledger's Joker. For me, he was the best. Then Jared Leto. Yeah, Heath Ledger was amazing as the Joker. So who is everybody's favourite Spider-Man then? Because this stuff is important. You never saw the latest Joker movie. Heard it was good though. No, I've not seen the latest Joker movie either. Let's move Nick's note. I just need this brown. Andrew Garfield. I'll go with the most recent Spidey, that kid. Tom Holland. Andrew Garfield. You like the Lizard Man in Garfield's movie? Garfield's? I don't think I've seen Garfield's movie either. Gosh, I've got so much catching up to do. I kind of like the first Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. I liked his Spidey. Nick got bit by a spider the other day. I'm still waiting for him to turn into Spider-Man or, you know, start shooting webs out of his wrists, but nothing seems to be happening. It's disappointing. You know, when you grow up learning that if you get bitten by a spider or bitten by any crazy animal, then, you know, you develop these powers. And nothing's happening to him. He's remained the same. Complains a bit more, but, you know, I guess Toby is difficult to work with from what I've read. Oh, really? Oh, gossip. Is he really? I've not heard that. Is he like a diva or something? He's a jerk, or was. Oh dear. The most recent Spider-Man is Tom Holland. Andrew was before Tom, but the last film, all three. Yeah, the multiverse one. I haven't seen that one either. Oh my god. You guys are giving me a whole list of movies that I've got to sit and watch now. Where's that grey gone? Because I just need to soften that a little bit. Trying to get this texture right. It's just, I think I might have to just come in with a slice tool a little bit. I hope I've got enough layers in to get the marks that I want. Right, let me try. Just going to get some of these marks in. It's not bad. I know that, but I meant I wasn't the one who asked about the name. Oh, okay. For me. All right, for me. All right, okay, I think I'm going to leave it there, that spot, just before I start another section. Let me just get that bit there done. What you want, baby, I got. No, I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect. Right, okay, So that's where I'm going to leave it for today. So thank you so much for joining me, everybody. And I will see you all tomorrow. So have a good rest of the day. Do something nice for yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.